Hello guys, welcome to the last session of lesson 9. So, like we have always done, we're gonna learn three syllables: k, t, and p. These syllables consist of three consonants: kyo, tig, and pil. So, and a vowel, u. In this session, there are some words that are pronounced similar to English words, so pay close attention to their slight change with Korean pronunciation. So now, let's just start today's session and enjoy it. 크, 으, crane, crane, crane. So Korea has the Lotte Tower, and United Arab Emirates has the Burj Khalifa, and Canada has the CN Tower. Can you guess what they have in common? They are all skyscrapers. So in a documentary about these externally the buildings, you can witness the construction progress to completion using higher and higher cranes. The most mysterious thing about it is how the cranes keep elevating and how the workers aren't scared to go further and further up. In addition to this, I'm so respectful of the master builders and how they control the cranes. So when I work next to the construction site, I'm always curious about it. So do you feel the same as me, or do you just pass by? 크, 으, crackle, crackle, cracker. So by the time this video is uploaded, I might already be in army, beginning my military requirement. So some of my friends have already finished their military conscription, but I have not. So I worry about what I will endure during my military service. Some of my friends said the time they enjoyed the most was going to the PX to buy snacks. A commonly chosen snack are the crackers with the mayo flavor. So I will never try them, but I suspect I might snack on them a lot as it's easy to do so when I'm stressed. So my friends have said that just about any food will be satisfying when I'm hungry in my military service. So this is comfort food, but especially the crackers with mayo is popular. So I don't know what to expect from my time in service, but I will remember to make my own crackle recipe. 크, 으, 크, 마스크, 크, 마스크, mask. So, lately in the news, there are many stories about Europeans and Americans demonstrating against wearing masks. And some people think it is weird, but other people think it is right to not wear a mask. I'm so curious about why people think this way. Our script actor, who is American, has many strong opinions about these people. So I saw some news stories that mentioned that the protesters believe the current virus is much like the Spanish influenza, and since humans survived that, so they believe we can survive COVID-19 without mask. An interesting fact is that even during the Spanish flu pandemic, you can find news stories about people protesting against wearing flu masks. In my viewpoint, there are still lots of infection cases in Korea, so it's good that the mass media still emphasize the importance of wearing masks. I know that we are all trying wearing masks. Inventing a coronavirus vaccine might take more than a year before we can come and receive it. So we should be wearing masks in public places and outside. So I can understand your opinion of not wearing masks, but do not forget the fact that the cost of not wearing masks to stop the spread is high price to pay. 트, 으, 트, 트럭, 트, 트럭, truck. So a tourism hotspot often have access to food trucks. So from food trucks, we can buy delicious snacks such as hot dog and hamburgers or the pizzas. Food trucks are commonly found in Western countries, and now Korea is creating its own food truck experiences for tasty street food. So, food trucks are becoming part of the Korean youth culture. So, night markets are open on special days, and there you can find many food trucks. Aside from food trucks, we also commonly use trucks to sell vegetables and fruits. I can't imagine how many different menus are in the food trucks of the foreign countries. I wonder which ones are most delicious. I'd like to go abroad for the exploring food trucks in the near future, perhaps after finishing my military conscription. T, U, T, 아파트, T, 아파트, apartment. So, what's your favorite types of future house? Me, I want to live in a large apartment on my own or with my future wife. So, I'm always saying that I want to have my own house in the future. I sometimes write about what I might put in my future house and how to decorate my home. So, let me tell you about my future house briefly. So, first, I will install a big screen television in the living room and hang off the framed baseball uniform on the wall. So second, I want to have my own clothing room with a full season of clothes, sunglasses, and the caps. Third, I want to install two refrigerators in my kitchen. One is for only alcohols, and the other is for just food. So, finally, I want to put a big bed in my bedroom and install a beam project on the bathroom wall. That's it. So, I just decorated it to you in short, and I'm still learning how to decorate the home by going to IKEA and from watching TV programs. So, there will be more tips for decorating homes beautifully. I just want to live alone in the future to grow my decorating skill. T, U, T, 요트, T, 요트, yacht. So, tourism is an essential industry for countries all over the world. Marine tourism is a common industry for countries which are next to the ocean. So, we can find many yachts anchored at ports like Busan or the Southern Sea area of Korea. So, the yacht tours are not popular for Koreans because many people think the marine tourism is only for the rich. So, on the TV tourism programs, I can see many tourists enjoy yacht parties at Ibiza or in the Dubai. So, where they can yachting at cheaper prices. So, yacht tours could be a dream for many people. But for some, it is hard because of the seasickness. So I think it would be better to hold a party on an anchored yacht rather than traveling long distances out to sea. So I hope one day to enjoy my own yacht tour on Ibiza or Mediterranean Sea. P, U, P, tape, P, tape, tape. So when I think of tape, I think of how it is used in my life most commonly with sports. So when you watch a sports event like the Asian Games or the Olympics on TV, you can see athletes put tape on different parts of their bodies. So do you know why they are taping up their body? It's because it helps players to prevent injuries and keeps injured areas stable during play. Also, the tape can benefit speed and accuracy when they are concentrating on each match. So I still play baseball these days, and that puts me in danger of injury. A few years ago, my baseball coaches would help me to tape my body when needed. But now I'm well practiced at the taping, which requires skill to do. And sometimes I even help my team's junior players with it. When most people think of tape, they think the 3 meters or the scotch tape. But don't forget, the taping can be for sports too. P, U, P, 프라이팬, P, 프라이팬, pan. My mother usually prepares my breakfast and dinner. She's very good at cooking so that her foods are all delicious. But when my mother goes out early in the morning, I have to make my own breakfast myself. With a fry pan on the burner, I get eggs from the refrigerator, along with the butter and bread. Can you guess what I'm going to make? This is one way of making toast. It takes about like 15 minutes, much longer than a toaster, right? But I have been doing it this way for a while. Aside from toast, I love frying ham and other meats or vegetables on the pan. I sometimes think about like when I'm married, I wish to have breakfast made by a wife. But it's just my dream, so I cook many foods with just the pan alone. But I most level up my skill. P, U, P, 프랑스, P, 프랑스, France. People love to go to the France for the museums, such as Louvre and Orsay Museum. Do you know why? Because France is a country that celebrates the arts. Many people come to explore famous works, but also many come to study art professionally in many fields. I have visited Paris, France, personally. I especially hold dear the memory of visiting the Louvre for the first time to see the Mona Lisa. The line was very long, but worth it. So I was happy to be there. People from all over the world come to see these famous and historical paintings and sculptures. One aspect that impressed me was seeing how politely and peacefully the local French citizens were viewing the artworks. That is the cultural power of France. Reverent and respectful of this art space. The French culture has influenced other around the world. So guys, what kind of influence has France had on you? And what do you love about France? Alright, this is the end of lesson 9. I think this lesson's letters and words are as difficult as lesson 4 in the past. But I think it's just a small step for you to become a master of the Korean language. Next lesson, I will be lesson 10. I will explore the vowel E. I believe lesson 10 is easier than lesson 9 for you to learn. Please wait for next lesson's exciting contents and don't forget to review the words of lesson 9. Guys, see you next time. Bye bye.